Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Go4Battlerite Cup for Europe. This is a 2 vs 2 tournament for €150. My name is TJ, my co-host is of course Dropbear.
Hello.
And we are... Hello. And we are continuing with our matches right now. Project Horizon, our previous champions from last week, of course, Blanks and 213, two very, very, very good players in their own right, going up against the relative unknown Fancy Feet side of Eager and Wizard.
Yes, Blanks and 213, of course, Project Horizon, who won last week's tournament. And of course with that, the $100 Euro prize and 100 points for that grand finals at the end of the month.
All of this, of course, adding up over the course of several different tournaments. Now, we're getting into this match in just a few moments, and Dropbear, I'm not going to, normally I say, Dropbear, nail down a prediction. I'm not going to lie, that should be pretty obvious, right? One of them's the former champion, and one of them's not. But, if you are Eager and Wizard, what do you run to try and beat them?
Well, I hate to say this always, but Lucy is obviously the best hero in the game. Although, oh dear, it could be interesting. We do see, if I remember correctly, Blanks is running... Oh geez, I've forgotten the heroes already that Blanks runs.
No, well, you know what, he's one of my favourite players, so I don't know either. I'm sorry.
Professional esports.
213 was running a lot of Rukan last time I saw him. He was one of the early adopters, of Rukan. He was picking him up fairly early, you know, test driving the technology. He really liked the Eye Reaper and its new OS.
Well, I believe...
Not touching that.
No.
Don't blame you. Don't blame you. It's making an Apple joke. It's got too many dongles these days, though. It doesn't...
Oh, come on. Really?
Yeah, no, they removed all the functional USB ports.
And also the headphones jack. So...
All he wanted to do was reap people's souls while listening to some dank tunes.
Well, you're going to have dubstep Rukan as a skin very soon, people. No. Okay. So, we shall be... I recommend Lucy then, especially against Rukan. If it was a Jamong, for example, or a ranged hero, Oldie is a little bit better because of that nice reflection chronoflux bubble. But I think Rukan's the choice. Since Rukan's the choice, it will immediately Lucy. It will have to be a Lucy. And as for a versus a Rukan, what a good pickup there would maybe be a Jumong, if you think about it. Just try and get out of the range of Rukan.
So you're looking for kiting here. You just want them to fall back. Yeah.
I mean, look, there's other ways. You could just go straight head in with another Rukan, sorry. And oh, we are actually in the draft, so we will be able to see what we choose.
Oh, I'm not. You're talking about kiting. You're talking about falling back. And they go ahead, they lock in instantly one of the least mobile champions in the game, a Rukan.
We are on the Sky Arena Knight. Nice blue orb in the middle, as we do see our picks. Blanks on the nice Lucy. We have 213 on the Rukan. Eager on a Pearl on the team of Fancy Feet, and Wizard on Rukan as well. So it will be a Rukan matchup. And already different Battlerite, Demonic Hunt instead of Wicked Strike.
This is going to come down to what these supports can do in terms of keeping themselves alive. That's what this battle is going to come down to. It's going to be, can these supports play the backline, keep themselves alive over the course of this battle, and make it so that their babysitters don't have to come back and deal with them, if that makes sense.
As we get into the center, we do have lots of consumes, barriers placed onto 212, 212, 213. Oh god, that name's already
223, yep.
Orbs up, have the bot. Jeez, that was stolen very quickly by 213 as we do see him go straight onto the Pearl, but Pearl does have the silence, and it looks like just out of the health bars is quite even.
Blank's playing very nicely here, but of course all the healing in the world can't deal with that amount of burst. Orb will be secured there. Will be 213 trying to hunt down Eager. Nice use of that orb. Oh, but the crippling go 2 for 1 and a lot of damage on Eager. The ultimate, the right form answering right back. It will be 213 looking for the damage, but he's just being demolished here by Wizard, who now has his own right form available, and he's going to be trying to hunt down Blanks as to close the wicket. Play out time and time again. Eager will fall, and this means Wizard needs to guarantee a kill. There is temporarily somebody inside the whale, but that won't last very long at all as Blanks comes out with almost full HP. The panic, the deadly injection combo. It drives him against a wall and it guarantees the kill.
Very good, as we've been seeing constant great crippling goos during this tournament, and if Lucy ever needed another nerf, I think it might be actually to a crippling goo. And you'd never hear me say that a month ago because nobody used it. They were constantly just saving it for dodge roll. But people are starting to learn this is actually a good skill, and I don't need to dodge roll if I'm just that good at positioning.
Yeah, with the right positioning, that crippling goo can just lock down part of the map. And if you follow through with a clarity potion in the right place, if you follow through with a panic flask at the right timing, it can be insane.
Blank's trying to fire through the bubble. That won't help you, as we do see the first orb come up. It should be taken by... Yeah, okay, that was a flash. It should be taken by Wizard.
Eager able to keep himself healed up, topped off for the time being, but actually the damage is now coming through. 213 roasting him. The tidal wave counter won't be procced. It will be the teleport away by Wizard, and he's gonna have to go ahead and begin zoning out now. Eager and Wizard pushing in together. Nice claw of the wicked from Wizard to go ahead and temporarily pull 213 out into the front of his action, but he's being held back, and I'm not sure this was a good move at all. There's the whale though, that actually secures 213 right into the crippling goo of his opposition. That isn't too good because 213 is able to keep himself alive off the back of that crippling goo, pull in his opposition Wizard, and already they're looking like it's another round in the bag.
Yet again, crippling goo just making the plays. We have been seeing pretty good bubbles out from Eager, but yet again, the reason why it hasn't been working that well is mainly because Rukan is, well, not a ranged hero. The hands do go slowly through the bubble, but it's his main attack is right click. Is the left click just swinging that scythe.
Blanks and 213 do need to just find a way to make it work, right? And they've done that. And it's more interesting to me now that you have kind of the staple meta, right? Rukan on the offense, Lucy providing the backline healing. What's interesting to me is how do you run with a Pearl? How do you change this up so you have a more kind of DPS support heavy role, not so much just a specific healer? How does that work in your favor? And so far it doesn't.
As we see the bubble back up, Blanks trying to fight through it, but the real battle here is the battle of the Rukans mirror match, both swinging their nice scythes, and that will be orb in favor of Project Horizon.
Nice damage already beginning to come out, and 213 hunting down Wizard now onto Eager. The counter of the tidal wave won't be procced. It's forced to dive away, but there's the crippling goo, a perfect read, and now of course he has no escape abilities, meaning he takes so much damage in the course of all that action. Orb though is going to be guaranteed by Wizard and Eager. That does put them off with a slight bit of an advantage for the time being, and if the whale comes through at the right time out of Eager, it could be huge. But 213's hunting him down, reading him like a book and just demolishing him right off the bat. Eager Will fullback now looking for the 2-for-1 whale ultimate. He does have it if he can time it right, but what's he doing? He's not accomplishing anything, and he's not even opting to heal up his ally here as he just runs at his opponent and procs the counter. I don't understand what he was doing there at all. The whale gets nothing. Complete miss. Great roll out of blanks. And it's just demolition here. Just
Quickly as we see them go lower and lower, just trying to grab, not able to. That will definitely, okay, that was definitely an ult for the blue team, as it's just been like the second, like, yep, see, Blanks knew that he used the dive and instantly just goes, yep, that's the perfect time to use Crippling Goo. Can't get out of there because you're Pearl.
Just that bit where we saw a Pearl with the jaws, that shark ultimate available, and he had two opponents right in front of him, ready to be procced. He didn't use any of them. He didn't use any of his abilities. He just sat there and went, I have an ultimate, I guess I could use that. And then he waited until they were ready to go, until they knew exactly where it was. He didn't have the element of surprise. And that is when, all of a sudden, he's like, that is when I want to put my ultimate. Well, I know they both have escape abilities. Well, I know they're both knowing exactly where I am. And it didn't work out for him at all. And at that point, I would have much preferred to see an EX ability out of him, maybe a bubble shield. But he didn't opt for any of that, and it did lose them the round. Just bizarre decision-making coming out of Eager.
On the negative side, again, 2-on-3, winning the duel against Wizard. Mirror matches seem to not be Wizard's forte, maybe, as double grab, trying to maneuver everyone around. And that will be another crippling goo, although they do manage to get out just in time.
Eager under fire here in the back lines, able to weave back and forth. There's the shadow bolt coming out of Wizard. If they can answer back now, it could be big, but no, Eager, he's so very low, edging around the corner, going to keep himself alive. And now Wizard matching up against 2-on-3. You said maybe wasn't his forte, and so far it's not looking like it. Eager is able to secure orb for his side, and the whale will grab 2-on-3. Temporary advantage maybe, but Blanks will just be waiting in the wings. In the second they've done what they can onto 2-on-3, he'll ride on into battle, and he should be able to guarantee the victory, as Eager should fall at any moment. Dive away is temporarily successful. Bubble shield will keep his ally alive, but look at Eager here, just hiding around the corner with slivers of HP. There is the tidal wave proc and the double bubble barrier, but his ally's gone now, and he was the highest HP member of that team, so it shouldn't be long at all until Eager joins him.
Just superior, just knowing how to attack this Project Horizon team. It's how they won last week's tournament, and just off the scoreboard, just so much healing also by the by Blanks. Just 501. Of course, 87 of that was the barrier, but barrier is in itself a huge chunk of healing, because that's 60 damage that they have to get through in order to start attacking at the health. So.
Well, hopefully we can see a change up here from Eager and Wizard, answering back, demolishing this round, but it needs to be something absolutely fantastic, and I don't know what it is. Eager does land an early silence, maybe that's it, just maintaining the silence, the pressure onto Blanks to stop him from playing that support role, but instead they're opting yet again to focus in onto 2-on-3, and 2-on-3 is yet again having an absolute field day with this idea. Orb does fall to the right side, Wizard able to pick it up, but we've seen that a lot, and it's never been enough.
Blanks is just, well, at the beginning of the fight, was just left completely alone, and now, even on when faced with Wizard Zuru Khan, he actually manages to win the actual battle, and is still on full health, just constantly laying in these left clicks.
There's the Shadow Bolt coming out, but the panic lands, follow through onto Wizard, and
Wizard,
yeah, he's gone. That will be a nice little bit of spin flying through, but he falls, and that will be the round and the end of the tournament line for Fancy Feet, as Project Horizon continue their dominating path forward. It is worth noting, of course, Project Horizon won the last tournament, so That victory there is no surprise, and it kind of sets the pace for how they will continue.
Could we see a back-to-back champion? Could we see a defending title run?
Yeah, absolutely. Depending, because I'm looking at this bracket right now.
Yes.
They're not going to have to face Browse on Fleek or Bruce Lee. They're going to face one of them. The way this bracket is laid out, they will have one or two solid challengers at the end of the day. And I'm not sure who those will be, but it is entirely possible that they will demolish every single one of them.
Well, they will have to face Paralyzed and then probably be waiting until the grand finals to face the winner of the very stacked top bracket with Bruce Lee, Wings and EX Black, Team Kipo and Browse on Fleek all in top bracket. But that's enough from me right now and my co-caster TJ. We'll be right back with even more ESL action right after this very short break.